Hello everybody, my name is Alex, and in this video we're taking a look at yet another Excel tracker that I have built and am currently about to share with you. And we're going to go through how to set it up just like we did in the trade log video. This one hopefully will be a little bit quicker, as I'm guessing you're going to be a little bit more familiar with the process now, so my speed will be a little bit quicker, and if you find that too fast, feel free to pause and look back as needed. So when you download the tracker, this is what it's going to look like. It will be blank all around. And now I've simulated a couple inputs here. On the green side, I've assumed my first day is going to be a green one. And using this information, I'm going to show you how to fill out the rest of the fields. But before I do that, I do want to run through some of the inputs just to make sure that it's clear what you're supposed to be putting in here. Now, date, that doesn't need an explanation. Day, I choose to list this on all of my accounts. I always want to know exactly how many active days I've had in a particular account. Obviously, you don't have to. This is a choice thing for me. Balance, this is the balance at the start of the day, as you can see by the over title here, open. Trades, this is complete open and closes. So it's not entries and exits. It's how many times you fully open and then fully close a position. Now for the shares, this is not the total position size. That's an important distinction. If I traded 3,500 shares in a day, which is what I'm simulating here, it means that my total position size was 1,750 because I always close my account with only cash. I do not hold overnight. Gross P&L we don't need to talk about. That'll be whatever your broker says. Now, the difference between commissions and fees is pretty important. I do choose to separate these, where commissions are exactly just the commissions of whatever is listed from your broker. It says this is how much you're paying in commissions. Generally, in your broker screen, in your account window, this will also be listed and separated. But fees, on the other hand, it's not at all related to commissions. These are fees charged by the exchanges, by regulatory bodies, and so forth. So like SEC fees, NASDAQ fees, stuff like that. And at the far right, we have accuracy, which is simply going to be the number of winning trades divided by the total trades you took in a given day. So that covers the inputs that you put in yourself when you're using this for your own account. Now we're going to take a look at the formulas that you'll need to input in order to make this tracker work over time. Now in the video where I showed the trade log, I didn't actually type in the formulas, I just kind of opened them and let you see. So in this one we're going to do a little something different here, and I'm going to actually type them in myself so you can watch it in action. So for gross ROE, the math that we want is gross P&L divided by balance. In this case that's going to be F19 divided by C19. So you can see the cells that are in action getting highlighted right there. And then once we hit enter, we will get our result. Now for net P&L, what we want to do is remove the commissions and fees from the gross P&L. And because the commissions and fees are a negative number, we're going to be adding. So it's going to be F19 and then plus the commission cell, which is H19, and then plus the fees cell, which is going to be I19. And then once I hit enter, you'll see that the net P&L is indeed the gross minus all the fees and commissions. Now, net ROE is obviously just a rehash of the gross ROE calculation using the net P&L total. So as always, we start our formula input with the equal symbol, and then we select J19 as the net P&L, and we divide that by the balance that we started with at the beginning of the day, which is in cell C19. And once I hit enter, you'll see that indeed that is a diminished ROE result. I should probably go ahead and point out that ROE stands for return on equity. I did mention that in a few other videos, but I haven't in recent ones, so there's a reminder. So now that I've shown you an example on how to fill out the green side, I once again am assuming you will be able to deduce how to do it on the red side once you do have a losing day. So the only thing left to cover here is the close tab. Over here on the right, we have 3 columns, which are all controlled by math, as you can see by the black titles. Now I'm going to start on the far right with day, which is simply a copy and paste move. Once again, like you saw in my trade log, I do like to copy and paste a bit of information just so that I can have quick reminders when I'm looking at the right side of the screen. So in this case, it's just equals B19, which is taking the day number from back here on the other side of the tracker. So the balance section is trying to project your balance, your opening balance of the following day. So the way we do that is we start, of course, with an equal sign and select the starting balance cell, which is C19. You can see way over on the left, it just turned blue. And then we're going to add the net P&Ls of both the red day and the green day on the same line. So the way that's going to look is going to be J19, which is the net P&L for the winning side. And then we're going to go plus the net P&L on the losing side, which is S19. And we're going to put those two in brackets, even though we don't have to. And as we hit enter, we can see the projected balance that we're supposed to open with tomorrow. And finally, we're going to look at the offset column. This is measuring the actual opening balance, which you put in tomorrow in this cell. In the cell C20, which is highlighted blue, you're going to input that yourself. And then it's going to measure what you were supposed to open with and make sure that there's no problem. So I'll fill out a balance for tomorrow and we'll assume that nothing went wrong. And I did indeed open at 39.8477. And then the offset column will show me 0 because there's no problem with this opening and close. So that's it for the explanation. The one thing I changed here is I just added a losing day to show you that everything up top works as long as you fill this out correctly. And so what I simulated with a bit of a sense of humor is a massive give it back day. I found my example of $1,000 gross P&L on a $3,000 balance a little excessive, so I decided to simulate giving it all back the next day and having an absolute train wreck with 0% accuracy. And the reason I did that is to demonstrate, well, just to remind you that clicking the bottom right corner and dragging down will copy all the formulas. So you can see that I didn't have to go in and retype anything. I just click the bottom right corner and drag down. And that is the case for anywhere with a black title. You just click the last cell and then you pull it down. And you can see if I open any one of these, it's going to be doing the same math or using the same equivalent cells as it was up here in the cell that I typed in manually. So I really hope you guys found this helpful. This pretty much completes the trifecta. You do now all have access to my most important tools, the ones I use daily, the ones I use to save myself up to $65 a month of not having to pay for professional tracking services. I get that by using these tools, and this is why I'm sharing them with you, because they have helped me a great deal, not just in saving money, but in getting closely acquainted with what I'm doing and my stats and the way I'm performing. I think that this is one of the best things I've ever done for myself is manual input into a calculator like this. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video. The one thing I'm going to leave you with in closing is a tip about separating your data. I certainly like to have each month separate, each quarter separate, years separate. I like to compile that stuff in time frames. And so the way that you might do that, you might make another tab, is at the top where it says ABC, all the letters. You click on those letters and drag across the whole screen, and then you hit copy. And then you can open up a brand new tab, and in the top left corner on A1, you hit paste, and it'll resize and paste everything. So this is ready to go. All the formulas work. Everything is perfect. You just have to repeat the process that I showed you in this video.